we go. So we have this quadratic equation. That's what this is, a quadratic equation because it has a 2, the x squared, has an x squared in it. The graph is a parabola, so it's either going to open up or down. So what we're going to do, what I want to focus on today is find the coordinates of the vertex. But in order to get to that, I want to review what we did last week, okay? So the first thing that we have to do whenever we get a quadratic equation is to find A, B, and C. So what is A? What is B? So is there a term that has bx? So it's 0. And then what is C? Okay. So now we're going to determine if it opens up or down. So does it open up or down? Down. Why does it open down? What is a negative? A. It opens down because A is negative. Now we want to talk about the vertex. The vertex, you have two answers. It's either going to be your maximum point or your minimum point. Now remember that it has something to do with whether it opens up or down. So what is your vertex? Is it the maximum or the minimum?
The max.
It is the maximum. And why is it the maximum point? Because A is negative, or because the parabola opens down. If I ask you that question, why, I would take either one of those. Because the parabola opens down, or because A is negative. I take either one of those. The next thing I need you to find is the y-intercept. Because when we go to graph these, you're going to need all of this information. So the y-intercept is 0, c every time. The y-intercept, as long as you're in standard form, the y-intercept is always 0c. You got it. So you guys, when we go to graph them tomorrow, when you write down, that means your parabola should be opening down. So all of this stuff tells you exactly what your graph should look like before you even graph it. So you know when you go to graph it what it would look like. Now, we practiced so on Monday, this is what I wanted you to find. Then on Tuesday, we just found the axis of symmetry. You guys, these formulas never change, okay? The axis of symmetry is x equals the opposite of b over 2a. That never changes. Okay. Please remember that it says the opposite of b. So whatever b is, you take the opposite of it. So the opposite, and what is b? Then on the bottom, it always means 2 times a. And what is a? What is the opposite of 0? What is 2 times negative 7? Anytime 0 is in the numerator, 0 divided by negative 14 is 0. So that's my axis of symmetry. Now I need to... Yeah, anytime there's a 0 in the numerator of a fraction, it's always 0. And the last thing that we need to find are the coordinates of the vertex. And to find the coordinates of the vertex, you're going to plug the axis of symmetry into your equation. And what I mean by that is my equation is what I gave you at the start. So f of x equals negative 7x squared minus 18. That was the equation. That's the problem, okay? That's the problem that I gave you. To find the coordinates, you're going to take this number and you're going to replace x with it. So notice it says 0. I'm going to take that 0 and plug it in for x. Now, if I was doing this in my calculator, this is what I would do. -7 times 0 times 0, then I would hit -18. Okay, what is -7 times 0? What's 0 times 0? What's 0 minus 18? Okay, so the coordinates of my vertex is this 0 right here, followed by this answer right there. So these two answers always become your coordinates of your vertex. This is the only thing we're going to focus on today.
Seems easy.